one of the biggest issues with the military is a transition from their military life to the private sector.
Right now, there's around 500,000 veterans in the United States that are unemployed.
There are hundreds of veterans, thousands of veterans who have similar issues of what do I do next?
Why aren't people hiring veterans and doing more to hire them?
We need to help these people because when they get out of the military, there's not a lot of opportunities for them. We started thinking about, well, what can we do to help veterans and their families?
So we started with our company, REC4AF, and we realized there isn't really a big range of opportunities in just our brokerage, but then we looked at commercial real estate as a whole. Why don't we get our industry involved, build the reputation of our industry, and work together to help hire veterans?
In the commercial real estate industry, there are literally hundreds of thousands of jobs nationally. There's so many companies that support the commercial real estate industry. There are a tremendous amount of jobs, but the veterans aren't being trained or getting an understanding of what is available to them.
At all different skill levels, all different education levels, we can really help hire veterans at big numbers. And that's what we want to do in the end, is really get the veterans involved in our industry and get them aware of what opportunities there are.
We've created real estate careers for the Armed Forces. REC4AF is our acronym, REC4AF, because we've found that there is a greater need to help veterans become ingrained back into the private sector.
Our mission is to mobilize the commercial real estate industry in Washington, D.C. and Denver to start, because that's where our two offices are, to develop a mentoring, hiring, and training program and bring veterans into the commercial real estate industry.
So we start off with first awareness. We want to get veterans aware of what opportunities there are in the commercial real estate industry. So then we have a mentoring program where a mentor is assigned to each veteran.
We're going to also help them resume development, interview skills, social media, how you use social media. They've never had that type of training. So we're going to take them through that process. And once they graduate from that process, we're going to take it to the next step.
As the veterans send out their applications to these companies, we have the personal relationships with these commercial real estate companies to get them hired. We will call up the HR directors directly and let them know this veteran has applied. Please look at their resume and put them at the top of the list, as we should.
And during that whole process, our intention is to have a caseworker who's going to walk them through the process, so they're not just doing it alone.
Getting a job really can come down to personal relationships and connections, and we're doing that for the veterans. We're helping them get that personal touch and really making sure people look at them at the top of the list, which they should, because they've served our country.
What we've started with Real Estate Careers for the Armed Forces is dear to my heart because I've lived it. I've hit rock bottom trying to figure out, how am I going to pay for food on the table? How am I going to, pay the mortgage on my house? What happens if I don't? There are hundreds of thousands of other people who are in this position that may not be as fortunate as I am.
The model we're setting up, I think once we get it developed and set on a smaller basis in DC and Denver, we can roll this out to the entire country, places like San Diego, Texas, North Carolina, Norfolk, Virginia, where there are a high amount of military bases and veterans that can benefit from our nonprofit.
We believe we're the first ones to do this, where we're actively getting an industry together. That isn't just REC4AF. We want the whole commercial real estate industry to get involved, to hire veterans. And the outcome, which I hope, is that we help solve this unemployment issue for veterans.
But we can't do this on our own. We need the help of others, whether it's local partners in Denver and DC who want to get involved and offer a hiring initiative in their company, whether it's people helping us fundraise, helping us invest in our process. We can't do this alone. We want you to get involved so that we can help this growing issue of veteran unemployment.